Our daily Bible reading today comes from Psalm chapter 103 through chapter 105. And our daily devotional today here at Carrollton Christian Fellowship comes from the very beginning of Psalm chapter 103, the first half there. And what we see in Psalm chapter 103 is this is a psalm of David. And so David is writing this psalm that is a psalm of praise and a reason to bless and honor the Lord. And so in verses 1 through 2, David is blessing the Lord for all of his benefits, for all his benefits that he bestows upon those who call out to him, to all those who are children of his, to all those who desire fellowship with him and desire to walk with him, and not forgetting those benefits that come from fellowshipping with him. And so this is a great reminder to us that we should not forget the benefits that come from fellowshipping with the Lord, that spending time with the Lord, that when we spend time with the Lord, that when we draw into the Lord, that there are benefits that he bestows and gives to us. So there is more benefits than just our eternal salvation or just the peace of mind that we may have. But there are giftings and equippings that the Lord desires to bestow upon us and desires to build us up in and desire us to go forward in that he has given to us through Jesus' sacrifice on the cross and us accepting that. And so that is something that we should not forget about and forget him for. And that fellowship with him and all that we have seen even in our life. So no matter where we have come from and no matter where we are at and no matter where we're going forward in all of those benefits that we have seen from him, we should never forget those. And that he will continue to see us through his faithfulness, that through anything that we may be going up against, anything that we may be facing, any trial and difficulty, because he is faithful, he will continue to see us through it, and he will continue to bless us, and he will continue to bestow those benefits on us, no matter what we are coming up against. And the only response that we have in all of this is just to turn to him, to continue to fellowship with him. And we can even see this faithfulness through this time that we have gone through his word these past 5.5 months, coming up on 6 months of our daily reading. What is the faithfulness that you have seen the Lord acting in your life through reading his word, through these daily devotionals? What is the faithfulness that you have seen from the Lord? And so remember these things, remember that faithfulness, and remember that he will continue to be faithful and continue to show these blessings and benefits upon you and to you as you continue through the rest of this year. Continue through his word, continue reading his word, continue going to him throughout the day, continue to study his word, continue to grow in the knowledge and understanding of his word. There are benefits that he desires to give us, and information and knowledge and wisdom that he desires to give us as we spend more time with him. And then in verses 3 through 5, this psalm of praise, again, the reason to bless the Lord, the reason to honor the Lord, is because he has redeemed us from destruction. He has redeemed us from our destructive life. He has redeemed us from the path of destruction that we were going down and going towards. And so because of this, there is so much reason just in this to just bless the Lord and just to sing praises to him. Even if that is the only thing that we get, that is reason enough to bless the Lord and praise the Lord and honor the Lord in all of our actions. And not only this being redeemed from destruction, but also the restoration that God has brought into our lives, that we have been restored to him through Jesus' payment, that redemption that we have. And also the Lord desires to do a redemptive work in your life and through your life, in the relationships that you have, in the different situations that you may be going through, in the different choices that you may have made over the years. God desires to do a redemptive and restoring work through all of those things. So trust the Lord, spend time with the Lord, and listen and lean into the Lord so that he can instruct you and direct you on these paths to having this restoration and having this redemption and this time that you may have lost to have that redeemed back for his purposes and for his desires. Then in verse 6 through 7, we see that another reason for blessing the Lord and for honoring the Lord in our actions and our daily the way we walk and the way we go about our daily lives is because he is righteous, because his ways and also his acts are right. They are right. Everything that he does is right and is true. Verses 8 through 10, because he is gracious. And then verses 11 through 12, because his forgiveness is gracious. He is so gracious to forgive us even when we mess up. Then in verses 13 through 14, because he has sympathy towards us, because God is sympathetic and he has sympathy towards us when we do mess up, that he understands and knows what we are going through. He understands and knows where you are at. He understands all of these things. So because of this, it's just more reason to bless the Lord and honor the Lord in all of our actions and activity. So I hope this can be a blessing to you. I hope this can encourage you to just continue to walk with the Lord, continue to lean in the Word, continue to remember the faithfulness that the Lord has shown you and the faithfulness that the Lord desires to continue to show you throughout the rest of your days. So take care, have a blessed one, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.